Hey fans, good evening. Welcome to Sports Night with Jorge. I know my stream says 5 o'clock, but unfortunately I came in a little bit early. Just checking a couple of things, some news that just came out with the restructure of the contract of Tariq Hill. I see everybody looking at my chat and has answered on my chat. Um, some of you guys haven't seen my short videos. They're out there. Normally those are my breaking news, things that I'm seeing uh, actually going on right now, around the NFL and around the league. So, but I'm here live right now. Uh, I want to start by thank you a lot of you guys that have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate that. Give me the thumbs up and the likes. I appreciate that too. Like I said, once again, this is a sport channel. There's no disagreement here. There's no fighting back and forth. You have your opinion. I got mine. So I respect yours. You respect mine. And that's how it goes. Sometimes we look at reality, and sometimes people take sports very personal. Uh, and I tell everybody, don't take it personal. It's okay. This is why things happen in sport. The same thing in our life. Uh, Sports is entertainment. Like I always say on my podcast, it's a good way to say to have fun, enjoy your team, win, lose, or draw. So. But I'm live. I did put 5 o'clock. No, I'm a little bit early, so you know, any questions you guys have, if you guys join in, if you see me going live, you could go ahead and ask your question here in the chat. But yeah, but today at I guess Dolphin Camp, they're having bad storm down there. We have it's a tropical depression. Also, we might get the weather down here too. Also, a lot of rain and wind. Hopefully, everybody's safe. Everything goes well. I hope the thing don't turn into a hurricane. Uh, that's what the news, the weather news is saying. So hopefully, everybody's safe down there in Florida. I know they sold out like 30,000 tickets for the actually scrimmage game versus the Atlanta Falcons, and I think they're not quite sure if they're going to play that game yet. That's not been official. So, but anyhow, I am live. Like I said, I'm early. I'm supposed to be live at 5 o'clock, so it's only 4:41. So I'm a little bit early, just checking some updates. Some baseball score if you are interested in baseball score or standing. We got St. Louis beating the Cubs 5-4 in the top of the ninth. We also have the Brewers losing to the National 4-0 the bottom of the second. Later on today, we have the Royals and the Tigers at 6:10. The D-backs and Pittsburgh at 6:40, and we have the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. So till I get you the full schedule here. So then we got White Sox and Twins at 7:10 p.m. We have Tampa Bay Rays against the Houston Astros at 7:15 p.m. We got the Orioles, which is my team, struggling. They also they'll face the Cleveland Guardians. Then you have the Giants versus the Reds tonight at 7:15. The Marlins versus the Braves at 7:20. Then Colorado, the Padres, and we have Dodgers versus the Athletics at 9:07. Then we have Mets against the Angels tonight at 9:38. And we also have the Phillies versus the Mariners at 9:40. And then today final was the Yankees taking over first place, beating the Blue Jays 8-3. So that division is pretty close with the Orioles. So that's baseball. Around the NFL, once again, the news about Tariq Hill. So he did agree to the historic extension, getting $90 million for 3 years, a signing bonus of $65 million. So one guy that I'm looking at the Dolphins is the rookie of first round, I think, picked for the Dolphins, the first guy they picked, uh, Chubbs or Chap John Robinson. I say Chubb because they all look the same, but it's Chop Robinson. The guy's looking amazing in camp, guys. He's looking very, very good. I mean, line of scrimmage, man, he just takes off and to give time to the quarterback to throw the ball. So that's going to bring a problem to opposing opponents that you play this year. Once again, I'm live, guys. I am live. I'm a little bit early, but I'm here. Today, I think the Dolphins gave Ramsey they call it the orange jersey. So this is a team. When I was looking at the depth chart, how solid they look. I mean, all around. The only issue that I find with the Miami Dolphins is actually the offensive line. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. There's a couple of things right there before I go back to the chat. So going back to the Miami Dolphins, what I was saying earlier about their actually roster. What happened here? Give me a second, guys. I pressed something accidentally. There we go. I'm back. So looking at their depth chart, Miami Dolphin depth chart, all around, man, they're solid except the offensive line. That's one of my concern for Tua this year. So hopefully, you know, they could protect them. But I can tell you this: Tua is actually going to run this year. I feel that he's going to give problems to the opponents, especially when I was seeing him in minicamp throwing across the field, which that's what he basically does. I mean, he's pretty good at it. I just my only concern is actually the left-handed throw. A lefty quarterback. So, but any guys, yeah, I'm in the chat. So I just started. Like I said, uh, I started early. I put 5 o'clock. I know if you guys get there early, that's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna be here. I'm just looking stuff around here on my computer. Let me talk about one team that that was brought up in one of my chat. The actual New York Jets. I tell everybody that Rodgers coming back from an Achilles injury. It's not easy coming back from an Achilles injury. When you get to the field and you probably get hit, eventually you do get hit. You have to be careful. You got to put yourself back into a place that you could feel comfortable when you come back to the field and play. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. You know, I look at the acquisitions of the Jets. Uh, they're a good team. I won't say they're a bad team, but that division right there, I'm going to say that belongs to the Miami Dolphins. I don't think the Jets, the Bills, or New England, especially New England. I think New England's more like in a rebuilding mode. They gave my prediction. If you go to my shorts, you'll see my prediction. I do got Miami winning the division. I do got Buffalo right behind them. The Jets at third. And it's a tight race all across the board. The only thing is, if Miami don't go 13 and the reason why I give Miami 13-4, because for them to win it all and have the home field advantage all the way to the playoffs, it's gonna have to go through Miami. I'm not concerned about they can't play in the weather. Well, I can say one thing. There's a lot of teams that cannot play in the weather, not only Miami. So, yeah, sometimes you say it's an advantage, a disadvantage. But let me tell you something. Miami has players in their team that have played in the cold weather. So I don't think it's something like an individual thing. I mean, it's just the whole entire ball club. Tyreek Hill played in Kansas City. He played cold weather. Waddle played in Alabama. He played in also cold weather. Tua played in cold weather, and they were saying that he couldn't play in cold weather. So, but guys, you never know. So, well, once again, thank you so much for those that have subscribed. 96 subscriber. I'm trying to get at least to 500, guys. I know it's kind of hard. Uh, I gotta get better with my contents and better thing with my. I mean, my shorts are helping me a lot. I appreciate that. For also YouTube. My shorts are getting viewed just amazing. My subscriber has been picked up. Uh, I go out there when I go shopping, or if I go to a mall, whatever. I meet guys that knows me and says, "Hey, man, you the guy that's on YouTube." I say, "Yeah, just hit the channel because everybody thinks it's just a dolphin channel." Which, yeah, it is a dolphin channel, most of it. But I talk about everything in general: Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, Philadelphia Eagles, Jacksonville Jaguars. I know there's a lot of fans out there that I can say that you got your teams. That's why you come. You hit your comments. You interact. You you go ahead and tell me any questions you want me to answer for you on the chat. Uh, like I say, it's football season. We almost about a month away before opening kickoff. Now we have preseason coming up. Dolphins play their first preseason, I think, coming up. Say Friday against Atlanta, and then they got an opening game against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Hard Rock Cafe. So you know, whatever you guys want to speak, talk about, let me know. Add in the chat. Like I say, I talk about everything here: baseball, football, basketball. I'm a Laker fan. Unfortunately, not a good season for us last year, and hopefully this year, you know, we come out of the gate strong. I'm also a hockey fan. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers. They won their first Stanley Cup in 30 years. They fought, they battled. It was a tough series, but they made it. So, you know, I'm open to sports, guys. I'm open for any sports, for anything that you guys want to talk about. I'm also a little bit in boxing, so MMA. Uh, I do get a lot of chat with that too. So, but you know, sports once again, entertainment, something you can enjoy, something you can have fun with. Excuse me, a lot of I can say fans. There's fans and fanatics. Remember, there's two kinds. Love their team. They want to win. It's kind of difficult. I mean, we've been a Dolphin fan since 1972, and last time we went to the Super Bowl was 1983. Was Marino versus Joe Montana. It has been what 20 something years, 24 years since we haven't won a playoff game. We almost won it a year ago with a third string quarterback or second string quarterback, Skylar Thompson. You know, things happen, guys. You know, you can't take things too personal. It's just sports. Have fun with it. Roll with it. Have fun with it. That's it. That's it. That's all you can do. You know, don't make it personal. You know, and I tell everybody that I speak to out there when I'm walking and through the stores and all that, that it's the passion of your team. You know, you loving your team. You know, uh, interact with your team. You know, with your teammates or your team players or your friends or your fanatics, whatever. I don't say fanatics. Your fans, your brothers and sisters that like sports, and we have Dallas Cowboys fans, American team. We have Dolphins fans. Dan Marino fan. We have Jacksonville. You know, Ravens with Lamar Jackson. So and that's all we are. We're just fans. That's it. We fans. We love our team. We want to win. Okay, so but then I'm more realistic. I look at schedule, chemistry, injuries. I say this all the time in my podcast. I am a firm believer. I like to see a 53-man roster, not a 75-man roster, because that's when we start off. Then they cut everybody, and then I disagree when you pick up players and not giving these kids from college an opportunity to play in the NFL. So that's me. Maybe you have a different opinion. Who knows? So, but once again, I mean, I'm open in the chat. If you guys have any question, just go in the chat. I'll answer your question. Uh, like I said I was going to start at 5 o'clock. I got 5 more minutes, which I did start early, so I give myself a heads up. Hopefully, this goes well tonight. Not a big deal. I'm not a person that I'm here competing with anybody. If you do hear me with my mic, let me know, because sometimes I do get some video difficulties through here because we have Wi-Fi, weather, everything here. No rain and wind. We got a tropical storm out there, so hopefully, if you hear something, let me know. Put in the chat, hey man, you sound good. You sound okay. You hear something that you hear, let me know, and I'll take it out. I'll take it down, and but that's all I do. That's all I do, guys. So let me know. Who's your team? Earlier I was talking about the AFC East, and I'm going to talk about the AFC East in a few minutes. The Jets, New England, and Buffalo. Buffalo lost a lot of key players. Not because I'm a Dolphin fan. Miami has a great team, a solid team all around. Their depth chart is pretty good. Concern, once again, offensive line. Buffalo, Stephon Diggs' departure, I think, is going to hurt Buffalo. But Allen's going to be Allen, regardless. That's one team that Tua has not beaten. Tua, I think, is 1-6 versus Buffalo, compared to 11-0 versus the East. He's beating the Jets. He's beating the New England Patriots. So, but Buffalo, that's the only team that he's having an issue right now. So hopefully this season. And when I say why I picked the Dolphins, because this team is different. Weaver, the defensive coordinator, it's just a different team. The scheme, the way they're approaching on the field, the players, looking at videos, looking at them competing. I don't know. I just feel it's a different team. I mean, that's why, not because I'm a Dolphin fan, but that's why I picked them. Then you got the other division, which I picked Kansas City. People got upset because I picked up Kansas City 11-6, even though they won back-to-back Super Bowl. But Kansas City lost key players with personal matters, unfortunately. They lost their cornerback or safety to the Tennessee Titans. Their schedule is kind of hard. They got Detroit 49ers, Ravens. I mean, they got a tough schedule. Mahomes is a tremendous quarterback. Not taking that away from them. So that division right there, I see it. I see it as Kansas City. Uh, I think the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, got strong, got good. In the sense that you might say they don't have a quarterback, but they got a good defense. They got a great defense, guys. By taking Wilkins in free agency and signing Wilkins, they got a great front. They could end up in second place. I don't see the Chargers, unfortunately. Charger looks, once again, Harbaugh, first year. I don't think that's going to be so much a competitive, so I look at that division, it's Kansas City. Unfortunately, it's Kansas City, so. But anyhow, going back to what I was saying, those are my picks. And then you got Denver Broncos. Let me not skip the Denver Broncos. Don't be surprised, no, Sean Payton would not be there. I don't know what kind of contract he signed, but I don't think they're that good. I don't like the way they handle the quarterback, Russell Wilson, down there. I think it was bad after Miami beat them 70-20, whatever it was. They came back and I guess changed completely. He took over, and I think that he was the one that actually changed it around. Sometimes in football, guys, you're gonna get beat, regardless, no matter how it looks, how bad it looks, how good it looks. So anyhow, so I gave you the AFC East, and I gave you the AFC West. Another one is the Houston Texans. I like them a lot. I like them and Colts. I do see an issue with Jacksonville. I don't see Jacksonville, which is going to be close. It's going to be a division that's going to be close, guys. Houston looks amazing. The Texans, remember they did pick up the Diggs. I think of the trade with Buffalo. But I see it as a team that's actually complete. A great defense, great offense with Stroud. He had a great season. First year took him to the playoffs. Jacksonville, Lawrence. I don't know, guys. Lawrence does not convince me at all. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but don't know. But then you got the Colts, who had a lot of injuries last year, and now they're coming back this year. So, and that's the way I see it. I mean, I don't see no other way. I mean, it could be a three-way race between Houston, the Colts, and the Jaguars. Same thing as the other league with which I'm gonna say now, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got Pittsburgh Ravens and Cincinnati. You got Burrows coming back, and you got Cleveland. So, and that was a division that I think every team in that division was over 500. And unfortunately, I mean, it's still a Raven division to win. Pittsburgh, I believe Pittsburgh with Justin Field and Russell Wilson, they will compete. I think Cleveland will compete. I don't know if Burrow will compete. I don't know with his injury. You see, when I see injuries, at quarterback injuries, man, I looked at, will they be the same when they come back? Will it be the same person the following year? It remains to be seen. They can have a good year, or that injury could really come back to them and really mess up their season. Which hopefully I don't. I mean, I hope it doesn't. But who knows, guys? I mean, we just don't know that. Injury is part of football, by the way. So we know that already. So going back to that, like I say, another division that's going to compete. This is the year, guys, that a lot of bad teams are going to overcome. Okay, because if you see my picks, I don't have it in front of me. I should have when I started this program, but in the podcast today going live. But I look at all these teams that has developed, that has got great draft picks, a chemistry. I'm a firm believer that if you have a coach that really believes in you, okay, and really puts you in a position to win games and hire the right staff, okay, because it's a full team. It's the whole package. Okay, one thing I disagree, I bring that up a lot, is that if you're a pocket passer and I'm a coach and I'm making a quarterback run, I'm making a mistake as a coach. You're a pocket passer. Okay, you got running quarterbacks, and this is where quarterback has failed in their careers because coaches has put them in a position where they don't fit. You can put I'll use an example, a 12 size foot on a 10 size shoes. You can't do that. And this is what I see in the NFL with actually, with coaches actually making careers tougher for these young quarterbacks. Use them, put them, convert them what they're supposed to be. Don't throw somebody out there and just because, this is what he could do. He could run, he could pass. Your pocket, fine. You're a runner, fine. Find the scheme. Find something that can help the quarterback. Same thing as receivers. Same things. I mean, guys, that's part of football. But we get involved so much about uh, man, the guy has a good arm and he could take us to the promised land, or he could he could win the MVP, or he could be elite, or he could be. Guys, at the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, these quarterbacks, they go through training. They see videos. Okay, they prepare themselves for the opening game every single week. You're supposed to have a game plan every time. If you don't have a game plan when you walk into the field to face any opponents in this league, you're going to fail. Your quarterback's going to fail. Your team is going to fail. So sometimes I see that it's not fair at all. But anyhow, that's your AFC. NFC, once again, Eagles, I think they have the best full roster, better roster than anybody in the NFC. Cowboys with Dak. Listen, I look at the Giants with the quarterback coming back from injury. Uh, Dak, the best that Dak could do is lead the league in passing, and because McCarthy offense is West Coast offense. That's why he did some impressive number last year. I mean, you had games last year with 42-40 or 50-42 versus Cleveland. I mean, you have large scoring games. And remember, this year we have the new rule. We have the new kickoff rule. We have the rule that you can't hit below the waist, tackle below the waist. That's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. So there's a lot of stuff that I see that I have questions about. So, but once again, if you want to join in, you want to join the chat just turned on at 8 minutes ago. Any questions about your team, anything, let me know. But going back to that division, Eagles, probably Dallas, then Giants, and then Washington. And Washington also had a good draft pick. So the Commanders. So that's going to be a good, probably a decent division. But if any of these two teams get hot, they could run with it. Then we go to the other division, which I'm gonna say now, between Detroit and Green Bay. I don't think nobody else could do there. You know, we look at those teams and you ask yourself, wow, George, I mean, it's gonna be probably a two-man race. Either Detroit wins it or Green Bay wins it. You know, so that's another one that I looked at. You know, the Vikings, yeah, they lost Kirk Cousins. By losing Kirk Cousins, they're not gonna. To be honest with you, it doesn't look good to them right now by losing Kirk Cousins. So, you know, Lions, Packers, probably Vikings, or Viking goes to last place. Who knows, guys? You know, I look at all that, and when you lose Kirk Cousins, it's probably you lose the whole entire team. Just to let you know, guys. Excuse me about that. I'm just trying to get things here so I could get the right information here for you guys. But yeah, that's one thing I looked at a lot. Teams that are going to overcome, teams that are going to be better from last year to this year. And I'm gonna go back again. You know, I talk about the AFC. I'm gonna go back a little back to the AFC. You know, I got Miami. I'm gonna make it those who missed at the beginning. I got Miami, Bills, New York, and New England in the AFC East. In the South, I got Titans, Colts. Actually, sorry, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. I missed up the Titans. That's another team that's going to be pretty hard to battle because their team. I mean, Tannehill's gone. I mean, I don't know. I just, you know, the coach, they terminated the coach, they let him go, and I don't know, guys. It's hard to rebuild, guys. It's very hard to go back to rebuild. But anyhow, and then in the AFC South, like I just told you right now, Texans, and I say it again, Texans, Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. And in the NFC, I got the Eagles, all right? Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. That's the way I got it. NFC West, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, and yes, Cardinals. Uh, I hope that Kyler Murray will have a good year. I'll be honest with you, man. And once again, look at all these players that got injuries that affected this team. Okay. Then in the NFC North, okay, I got the Lions, Packers, Viking, and Bears. Bears, another one, rebuilding mode. Believe it or not, they had a good draft. Okay. Listen, when they traded Justin Field to the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was having a heck of a year at the end of the year. He was having a good year. The moment he got injured, what happened? They cut him loose. So let's see. I mean, guys, it's gonna be an interesting NFL season. So there's my picks that I had. I didn't give you the actually you know, how many wins, how many losses. That's in my shorts. You'll see it. I could be wrong. Now, why I don't like to make picks this early? The reason why is because you go through OTAs, you go through preseasons, you get injuries. And when you start getting injuries, then your numbers start to change. Okay. And that's one thing I tell my subscribers and my fans. Okay. That's one thing that I do look at a lot. Prediction is just a number. Okay. Miami was the number one offense last year. I think Dallas was the second, but Dallas had the most points. Dolphins were short by points, but they led the league. This team is explosive offense. Defense, I think, is the key thing for Miami this year, guys, is the defense. 49ers, they lost a lot. Their window closed last year when they didn't win the Super Bowl against Kansas City. Is Kansas City going to do a three-peat? I don't think so. They lost a lot. Listen, the amazing thing with the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going to say this because I get this thrown on my face every time. Okay, the Chiefs never had a 1,000-yard receiver. Kelsey never got 1,000 yards last year. But the reason why they won is because the chemistry of the coach and the quarterback. Okay, and the team stayed together. You see, this is where, when I tell you the chemistry, when you win, lose, or draw, you win together as a team, you lose together as a team. The moment you start criticizing, blaming other people, doing things that you should not be doing, okay, players are not going to play with you, or they're not going to play for you. And make it sound better. Why? Because that's not what they do. They come to the field to play as a team. Once again, I tell this to my fans, I don't believe in a player that, if you give me the ball, because here's where it happens a lot. Pride and their egos go too high. If you would have gave me the ball, I bet you I would have won the football game. We could say that all night here. Okay. But guys, 11 on defense, 11 on offense. It's what makes you win the game. Not only that, your 53-man roster. Okay. Bottom line, you don't have there's not a roster there because it's just there's a roster. This is what we do, guys. This is what I tell everybody. You have to understand one thing. This is the NFL. It's professional football. Okay, and we have to realize one thing, guys. Okay, let's be honest. All right, these guys get paid well. But then I said this comment a while back, and I say it to a lot of people that are out there that I go to and speak to. These guys, they go home to a family. Okay, they go home. It's like me and you. We go to work 8 to 5 and go home to our family. Okay, they get paid to do the job. Unfortunately, some does it, some don't. That's what happened, guys. I'm not going to tell you. It's part of football. Okay, they are professional athletes. They get paid pretty well. But then you got those that, once again, I'm not going to point fingers or criticize because I don't do that or judge anybody. You play fantasy football. You love fantasy football. I'm okay with it. You like the player to do well because he makes money for you. Okay, that's your choice. Okay, but these guys, man, they have good days. They got bad days, like all of us. Okay, so, but anyhow, guys, I'm in the chat. I'm going to be here probably no more than an hour. I did start early, so you have any questions about your team, any concerns about your team, you can add it to the chat. I can answer it later. There's no problem. Normally, when I put this chat in, I do notify you guys at 5 o'clock. I did start early because I was checking for mic issue. New because the weather here is not as good as it seems here too. So, I want to be sure that you guys get the accurate information, get the best information you need about your team. I go back to Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers coming out of Achilles injuries. I think that Kirk Cousins is looking much better than Rodgers. I'm not saying that because I don't say I don't like Rodgers. I just don't like a guy that has too much ego on him, and he wants to blame his teammates instead of blaming himself. That's why I like somebody just like Tua. Tua has, and I told this to everybody, Tua gets into conference and he don't say Tariq dropped the ball, Waddle dropped the ball. He says, I took full responsibility of me because you know what? The quarterback, guys, is the driver of the team. He drives the team. Without a quarterback, you can't drive the team. And that's where people get confused. So that's one thing I tell everybody, sometimes we have to you know, step back a little bit and react and realize, hey man, it's, I don't gotta take this personal. Football's entertainment. Just have fun with it and roll with it, you know. But if I didn't mention your team here tonight, I mean, which I probably did, I know some of you, which is normal, are gonna disagree. I looked at Washington draft pick. They look great, but it's a long road, they have to go through. Things could happen. I've seen people from last place come up to first place. Look at Houston. Nobody knew Houston first year with Stroud making the playoffs. That's the team right now that I'll be honest with you, got to beat in the AFC because they look pretty good. They look amazing, and I do like them. I like Stroud. Pittsburgh with the acquisition of Justin Field and Russell Wilson. Also the draft pick, the offensive lineman from I think Hawaii, if I'm quite sure. They look good, guys. They got Harris as a running back in the backfield. So it's going to be a this division that I said that I just recalled. Last year they were over 500. I mean, even though the Cincinnati Bengals, sorry, finished at last place, they played good ball. They fell short. But everybody in that division made it. Baltimore Ravens made it to the playoffs. Pittsburgh made it to the playoffs. And so does Cleveland. So, but let's see what happens, guys. Well, if you guys out there in the chat or you want to say something or add something to the chat, guys, you can go right ahead. Like I said, this is going to be a recording. It's going to show up later on. I don't like to make long videos, guys. I like to really interact with you guys. If you guys can go live and add something to the chat, I don't get upset if you don't add nothing. That's okay. If you guys have an issue with it, let me know. After this actually live, you could go ahead and get into the comments button and add your comments. Today on my shorts, I had a lot of people adding on my comments. So I appreciate that. We were going back and forth and and it's fun. It's interacting. It's enjoying, you and the fans and you, your subscribers, knowing that what you like, and what your team is, it's here for. I mean, you love your team. You want to win. You want a championship. I mean, I think we all do. To be honest with you, I do tell a lot of the subscribers, man. Football is one game at a time. It's competing one thing at a time. You go to different games, different schemes, different things you do. So, I tell everybody don't give up on your team, man. It's a long season. Anybody could come out of nowhere from the cellar and win their division, surprise anybody. It has happened. It has happened in every sport: baseball, football, basketball. So why not? But anyhow, guys, I got about probably 8 more minutes before I leave the chat. So if anybody has a question, let me know. So let me check what I got here. Okay. All right. I see. So okay, go Dolphins. Okay. That's the first one there. They just put something in the chat. So if anybody has to add something, you could add something. Now, once again, guys, look at my shorts. It's very important. Those shorts that I sent out there will give you a actual information that you need to know from your team. If anything breaks out, any breaking news, it could be Dolphins, it could be Atlanta, it could be Pittsburgh, it could be a trade, it could be anything. That's why the shorts are there. And the shorts actually is a better way to communicate I noticed one thing. There's a lot of subscribers that like to be actually online all the time, or like to be in the chat, like to be take too long. Now, when the NFL season starts, I will be going live for probably Dolphin games, or any games out there that really probably Atlanta Falcons. If Dolphins don't play that week, I'll probably do Atlanta Falcons. And that's what I think, because I'm here in Georgia, so I don't see the Dolphins, but I do see it through my cable, through my actually computer or laptop, whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, guys, anybody has something to say in the chat, go ahead, guys. Like I said, man, you guys are welcome to say anything. I told also my subscribers something you want me to change, something you want me to add. I'm okay with it, no problem. Like I said, I'm new to this. I started this in January, so New Year's Day, I started this. I started adding a lot of information issues that to fix this podcast and make it a not really a Dolphin podcast. That's why I call it Sports Night with Jorge. So, and normally sports nights, I would like to do it after midnight, but no, I do have a full-time job. I do work, and it's kind of difficult to do that. But I try to make it at 7 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to make it at 7. The only way I can make it at 7 is to go live every day at 7 o'clock. The editing and processing video does take time, guys. It takes a lot of time. It really does. I tell everybody sometimes it's kind of difficult to do, but you could do it. If you have a dream, follow your dream, guys. Don't give up. I always say that. That's a word of encouragement. Don't. Whatever you're gonna do, man, just do it and do it properly. And thank God for it, because that's the main thing. If it wasn't for God, I don't think we would have been here today. So anyhow, that's my NFL. Baseball is getting tight. The race is getting tight. Just to let you guys know. Let me see what I got on my side here. If I got any other breaking news, and I'll let you know if I do. So, see, I like when they come with this, predicting the New York Jets playoff chances in the NFL. If they think that Rodgers is going to take them to the promised land, once again, it's not going to be one player, guy. You got to have your whole entire team. Running backs, fullbacks, tight ends, wide receiver. I can't say, oh man, they signed Tua. Well, when they signed Tua, here's what I said. With Tua, the Dolphins goes 13-4. Without Tua, they go either 8-9 or 9-8. Why? Because Tua is a key player for the team. That's all. That's all I said. And some people got mad because they say, "Oh my God, George, why do you say that?" I mean, the only thing that could happen is to get injured, and we hoping nobody did. What I'm hoping this year, every NFL players have a healthy season. Okay. I think in OTAs and all that, you don't want to overdo stuff. Remember, Odell Beckham is under the PUP, which is unable to perform, but it doesn't mean that he's out for the season. He's just trying to recover back in shape to come and play back with the Dolphins, being more healthy. Some players in the NFL are doing that right now. You think they're out? Now the only thing they got probably out for the season is I think it's our wide receiver, and I'm not quite sure yet, because I don't think that's determined yet. So that's what I have to look in details, and that's the guy that we picked, I think, in the 7th round, if I'm not quite sure. So, once again, guys, I want to thank you guys for those that has joined in or looking the video. This video will be ending in 2 minutes. You'll see it live earlier today when I finish here. So hopefully everything goes well. due to the weather, it's kind of not working on my side, but all right, let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna test this myself, see what see if this works. Try something here. Let me see how that works. Hopefully it'll come out. Yeah, that's me right there. Sports night. Okay, so it is working. So my chat is working. See, that's one thing I want to be sure that it's working. So hopefully hopefully it works. So but anyhow, let me go out of here to look at my shorts. Give me a second, guys. But anyhow, thank you so much for those joining at 35:30. I appreciate you guys looking at this at the stream. I'm just testing this myself. Hopefully next time we get people more interact in the stream live. Next time I do give you a notice that I'm going live. But anyhow, once again, thank you for watching. You guys have a blessed night. Once again, man, stay encouraged. Stay positive. Love one another, man. Respect one another. Uh, Life is too short. Okay. You know, give your honor and glory to God, man. If it wasn't for Him, we wouldn't be here today. So, but stay encouraged. Stay positive. Once again, I'm gonna go with bully. Guys, take time. Parents, take time to listen to your kids, to your family. It's very important. All right. So I leave with that. You guys have a blessed night and talk to you soon. Thank you.